Hi, today we're going to do Vocabulary Power 2, Chapter 10. Our first word is affect. Winter weather affects the way I feel. When it's cold and dark outside, I have less energy and I become very quiet. His kind words affected me. I forgot why I had been angry and I smiled. So affect is to produce a change. You probably remember this from cause and effect. So what caused you to feel this way and the way you feel is the effect. So now that it's really dark outside, it's harder to get up. So what is the effect of this darkness in the morning? Making it much harder to get up out of bed. Okay. Next is crush. Let's crush the empty boxes before throwing them into the garbage can. As the new passenger sat down, she crushed my bouquet of flowers before I could move them. So is crush to damage by pressing, to fold in two, or to lift up high? A, to damage by pressing. So I have a couple examples here. Here is, sorry, the picture isn't that great. My printer is running out of ink. I hope you can see that. That's a car, and there's a big machine pressing it and crushing it. Okay, so this car is no longer drivable, and instead of having it take up a lot of space, it's being crushed. Here is a Coke can and somebody is pressing on it really hard and crushing it. You could put it on the ground and crush it with your foot as well. Sometimes people die when they get crushed. If they're outside during a storm and something large like a big tree or maybe a big rock or something falls on them and it presses on them and crushes them and they die. Next is declare. In 1836, Alabama became the first state to declare Christmas a holiday. The mayor's voice was loud and strong as he declared the new town library open. So, is declare to state officially, to speak with anger, or to plan? A, to state officially. So someone in the government, someone with power in the government has power to declare something. For instance, if Medicine Hat was the home to a very famous person, the mayor could declare, say, May 12th, Janet Risling Day. Okay, so every year on that date, people would celebrate, right? Just here in Medicine Hat to celebrate Janet Risling because she did something wonderful. But only the mayor or someone with political power could declare that and make that official. Next is, excuse me, next is export. Taiwanese exports to the United States include metals like iron and steel. Furniture exports are important to the Italian economy. Among the top buyers are the United States, Germany, France, the United Kingdom, Russia, and Spain. So is export a product sold to another country, a product bought from another country, or a product made and sold in the same country? A product sold to another country. So if we make something here in Canada, but we send it to the United States, we sell it to the United States, and we ship it to the United States, that's an export. Okay, next is instant. Thankfully, the medicine gave me instant relief. The movie was loved by all, and it brought the director instant fame. So instant, is it happening as a surprise, happening immediately, or happening over a long period of time? Instant is happening immediately. So here's an example of, years ago when we would take a picture with a camera and we would have to put film in it, and then we would have to take the film to the store after we had taken, I don't know what it was, maybe 12 pictures or so. And we would have to take this to the store, and then the store would process it and make the pictures. So it took a long time. But now we take a picture with our phone, boom, there's the picture. Instant, just fast. Here's another example for coffee drinkers. Here you can just buy instant coffee. So all you have to do is you take a spoonful of this instant coffee, put it in some hot water, boom, there, you got coffee, fast. Or you can do it like this, but this is going to take a while. So if you don't have a lot of time, you don't have time to make coffee in the coffee maker, you might want to have some instant coffee. Okay, next is precious. Now notice the C sounds like shh, precious. Because I couldn't visit for more than a few days with my friends, our time together was precious. In the days after the flood, the government sent in a precious supply of drinking water. So is precious valuable or important, generous or adorable? A, valuable or important. Now, valuable means worth a lot of money. Doesn't necessarily have to be worth a lot of money though. It could be something important to you. For instance, maybe your grandmother gave you something that's not worth a lot of money, but maybe she gave it to you and she died a short while later. That's precious to you, right? It's very important. It reminds you of your grandmother. So it doesn't have to be worth a lot of money to be precious. Sometimes it is though, like precious metals, like gold, obviously are worth a lot of money. Okay, next is publish. American author Mark Twain had been writing since the 1860s, but his most famous novel, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, wasn't published until 1885. I wonder what people read for entertainment before magazines were published. So does publish mean to create, to put into print, or to increase? B, to put into print, which means put it out there for the public to see. So if I write a story about something, maybe about COVID-19, and I send it to the Medicine Hat News and they put it in the newspaper, that means they published my story. Maybe I could even send it to a famous magazine, Time magazine. If they put it in their magazine for everyone to read, it means that my work was published. Okay, next is scatter. Mia's efforts to brush the flour off the table only caused it to scatter everywhere. When the mouse ran into the classroom, the students jumped up and scattered. So is scatter to move in different directions, to push hard, or to make noise? A, to move in different directions. So here's a couple examples here. In the picture up here, kind of hard to see, but there were marbles in the jar, and then the jar got knocked over and the marbles scattered. So they all went in different directions. In this picture, something scared these horses and they scattered. So you can see they're all running in different directions. A few minutes ago, they were all standing together as a group, and then maybe they heard thunder or something and they scattered. So they didn't all run in the same direction. They all went in different directions. Okay, next is severe. Many schools and businesses closed during the severe winter storm. The damage to the car was severe. I wonder if the driver got hurt. So is severe very bad or serious, funny or difficult? A, very bad or serious. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a picture in a while, but first I want to look at number 10 here, which is wound. When little Richie fell, I ran over to him to see if any of his wounds were serious. It's important to keep a wound clean for it to heal well. So is wound pain, an injury like a cut, or a dirty piece of clothing? B, an injury like a cut. So here we have a wound, right? There's a scratch on this guy's finger. Okay. And then here we also have a wound. Okay. Now this scratch on the top is not severe, right? It's just a scratch. Put a Band-Aid on it, it's going to be fine. But this one on the bottom is severe. This guy has to go to the hospital and get stitches. It's, a very serious wound that he has. Okay, so let's pronounce these. We have affect, crush, declare, export, instant, precious, publish, scatter, severe, and wound. Now, I've already talked about all the other definitions you're going to see in this chapter, so good luck, and I'll talk to you again soon.